We should send him to the North Pole. What was that on your hand?
It's my portable mistletoe, because I thought your father might want to kiss.
No, get a room, get a room. Oh, please, this is a family show.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Family show.
It's really ridiculous.
Such a cute gag.
That's been confiscated. Jeez, please. Mine in the gutter. Hillary.
You lot spent an awful long time in the bar.
Yeah, we're in Manchester.
You weren't allowed to leave the dressing room for sort of 15 minutes.
These are world-class drinkers, Michael. These are your people. Now, Hillary, holidays. You're the head of our family. What would you say the key is to a good family holiday?
Drugs.
Drugs. He's on the fucking spice. What drugs?
Sedatives.
Sedatives? What, so you just sedate your children?
They weren't for you, they were for me and Michael.
Okay. So you can drug. I guess you can be drugged up on a holiday if you brought like a nanny per child like you used to. There was
Such a lie. We did not. We bought one nanny for 3 children.
You had to think about that, didn't you?
You definitely needed your own nanny.
What was that nanny that Daddy took a shine to that you didn't like had to get rid of? Daddy really liked her.
What was she called?
Australia.
Oh, yeah. Forget her name. Oh no, Becky Bush. Is that right?
That's not a real name.
No, it wasn't.
No, that's a porn name.
Very sweet. Very, very sweet girl.
Becky Bush.
Yeah. Becky Bush.
Becky Bush from.
Bondi.
Becky Bush from Bondi Beach.
She was.
Yeah.
She was the most really charming. And apart from one, which I'll tell you about later, well, I've already had it to tell you, I'll tell you about it. But she was, and she had, I'm not sure whether I can say this. Well, no, why not? She had the biggest tits. I mean, on any human lady. Enormous tits. I mean, you remember that, Jack?
I don't remember that detail. What's that? What relevance does that want to do with anything? Why are you talking about her breasts?
Talking about what I was going to talk to you
There
about.
was an incident that it does impact on the incident, so I think, Michael, you should take this one away.
What happened is one day we were in this villa in France or Spain. France, I think.
Portugal.
This villa in Portugal, and went with Becky Bush. And one day she came down to the pool and she was in a terrible state. She was very red in the face. Lovely girl, that lovely long. And she said, Michael. And I said, yes, Becky. She said, I've got something terrible to tell you. And I said, yes, what? And she said, I've lost Jack. And I said, nice one. Jack at the time was, oh, was she? 6?
She.
How old was Jack?
Jack was about 3, 4.
Yeah.
Toddlery.
Yeah. But a baby, it's a big baby. Yeah, sort of Winston size, but not quite as good looking. And so she said, I've looked everywhere and I can't find him. So I said, Becky, don't worry, I'll have a look round. And she said, oh no, I'll come with you. So she came with me and we looked round and I couldn't find him. So then she got more and more hysterical. I don't think we told you, did we? Because we thought you
No,
would.
because I would have been really hysterical.
So then she went back and sat by the pool, and I thought, I'll just give this one last look. So I went round all the rooms, and then there was one room, which I obviously never went in, which was Becky Bush's bedroom. Obviously not. So I opened the door of her bedroom. Well, I didn't actually open the door was sleep in the brassiere, head in one cup, bottom in the other cup, was that.
Legend. That does sound a little bit like an elaborate alibi for you getting busted looking in the nanny's knicker drawer.
Well,
Sorry, I was just in here looking for Jack. My main memory of our holidays as a kid was having to play a lot of sports. You to keep us active. There was lots of competitions and badminton and tennis and stuff. Often with you just thrashing us as well because you were very competitive. And we would always get beat whatever the sport was, football. I think there was one holiday where we did a bit of Greco-Roman wrestling. You choked me out in front of Molly and Barnaby.
It's not my fault you're a pussy. I mean, I had to toughen you up somehow because this gentleman here, sport zero, so I had to be the mum and the dad on the sport front. And you needed some toughening up.
We have some evidence of these sporting misdemeanors. Here is another delve into the Whitehall Family Holiday Archive. You can see us in all of our sporting glory.
right, thank you. Right. Quick singles.
Why am I the only one not wearing a swimming costume?
You tell me.
It hasn't grown much.
It's a little bit too old to be naked in the swimming pool with the rest of your family.
I mean, you had clothes, is all I'm going to say.
I was quite a naked child.
You were a naked child, and it did cause us a lot of problems. And there was one particular holiday where it caused the end of a beautiful friendship. Do you remember this, Michael?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The Chobes.
Don't mention it.
Every time, literally every time, you're just straight out there with their name.
Well, we agreed not to refer to them as Avery and Jane Chobe.
Because of the trauma that happened.
Shutting the single after the horses bolted in.
So we went on holiday with said people.
Ramsbottom. So Arthur and Mary Ramsbottom from Los Angeles.
And we went on holiday with them because he was a
Banker.
a very rich banker.
Rich.
Would you like to say the story, Abby? So your friends. No, you should. This rich banker.
The rich banker who wasn't called Avery Chobe and his wife who wasn't called Jane had these beautiful daughters. They were twins, twin girls. Yeah, they would be girls. And they were probably five, six. Yeah.
No, they were
5 and 6.
And they are twins. They're 5 and 6. It's just sisters.
They were either 5 or 6.
That's not what you said. You said he had twin daughters, 5 and 6.
Well, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
And I invited these people, whose name we won't mention, to come and stay with us in a villa in France. Was it? France.
Again, amazing the amount of holidays you can have in the south of France when you weren't down at mine.
So they came, so there were the parents and the wife, ultimately, obviously, a wife. I don't know how old Jack was then, but I mean, it was.
What, like 5?
I thought one of those show girls would be perfect for Jack.
So aged 5, you took me on a holiday, rich banker's twin daughters, in the hope of marrying me off to one of his daughters.
Exactly, and I thought if you blew it with one of them, which you were about to do, there would be another one behind that you could take it up with. So I was hedging my bets. So one day, one morning, am I telling this correctly?
Yep.
One morning, Mrs. the woman whose name we can't mention came rushing in and in a huge state of breakfast and said the girls are in a terrible state. They're hysterical. They're weeping. They're traumatized. That's the word. They are traumatized. And I said, oh dear, what a shame. And they said, no, all because of him.
Why?
He had come into their bedroom that morning and jumped naked onto their bed when they were just about to wake up. So they were half asleep in bed and suddenly in leapt that with no clothes on.
Yeah, but the key fact for this whole fiscal planning to blow up in his face was the fact that Jack not only jumped on the bed to wake them up, but he jumped on the bed to wake them up and did what he called his windmill dance.
I find that very hard to believe. Is that the twins?
That is the twins, yeah.
She doesn't look traumatized, she's having a way all the time.
No. Look, you see, we've had to pixelate that right. You never wore clothes.
Why have you blacked out their eyes? It's like a true crime documentary.
It's still in therapy.
Also, why did we waste money pixelating that bit of Jack?
Can I just say, it didn't help that Michael then, for some reason, decided to demonstrate the dance to the mummy as well.
That was only a rumour.
But yeah, it was the end of a beautiful friendship.
I've always been comfortable with nudity. I'm not ashamed of it. We've all got bodies, you know. And I've been trying to get him to like broaden his horizons as well and be more at one with nature. Do you think you would ever do naked yoga again?
When you say do naked yoga again, I never did it. I did remove my waistcoat, but I did not do more than that.
I actually thought I'd like naked yoga more than I
She would.
Yeah, I know she would. It was just the problem with naked yoga. If anyone is planning on doing it, it's a class that you really need to arrive early for, because that is not a class that you want to be stuck at the back of the room for, which I was. You need a mat at the front for naked yoga. I was at the back, and I've got to say, I saw internal organs that day. And it was in Los Angeles as well, so all the men are like really kind of like well kept, groomed, manscaped, waxed and bleached. There was a man in front of me who bent over into downward dog, and I swear it was like opening up the door of a fridge. It just lit up the room.
Do you think there's any naked yoga classes in Manchester?
I think there might be after tonight. That guy on the spice is going to open one in Salford. I never thought I would be fazed by nudity. The only time I've ever been fazed by nudity was the experience that I had with you when we were in that sauna in Budapest. We went into a sauna and we didn't realise that there had been a sign outside that pointed out that clothes were optional in this sauna. And me and my mum were sat there just minding our own business, and this naked Swedish couple walked in and sat right next to us. But actually sat behind us. He was sat like on your shoulder, wasn't he? He was practically resting on your shoulder like a bald parrot.
Sauna, you have the two levels. So I was on the lower level and he was on the upper level. So every time I turned around when he spoke, it was there.
I still remember it. The thing that I remember most is the sound. It's like, you know, you say that the sound of the V2 rocket in the war is a sound that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah, firing over and then stop.
My version of the V2 rocket is the sound that the Swedish man's testicles made when they hit the bench of the sauna and they had to gently fry like button mushrooms in old
The only thing worse than the sound of a Swedish man's testicles hitting the hot bench of a sauna, to be fair, is the sound that they make when they come off it. And we sat there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I should.
I was trying to go to my happy place. Every time I went to my happy place, there was just a Swedish man sat there with his cock out. I was about to leave, and then you turned and started talking to them.
Of course.
You started up a conversation with the naked strangers in the sauna.
Yeah, I went to my, my usual opener, which is, are you here for business or pleasure?
What a ridiculous question to ask a naked couple in a sauna. Obviously they're there for pleasure. It didn't look like they were there for their AGM.
In the actual sauna, I meant in Budapest, but yeah.
They said the creepiest thing ever, so then we left. And he looked at me like in a really suggestive way as well. And like a big bushy moustache. I don't know why I've added that detail now, but it feels important. He like arched his eyebrow and he looked at Mummy and then looked at me and he went, I gotta say, she is a lovely, lovely lady. You're a really lucky guy. Thought we were a couple.
I'll take that.
You'll take that. So nudity aside, if we're talking holidays, Michael, what would you say is the one item on holiday that you cannot live without?
A return ticket. As long as I've got that insurance, I will go anywhere with you guys. As long as I know I can get it. I've got a ticket in my
Just ready to go.
to take me back.
And exits covered.
Yeah.
I mean, in the same vein, you won't go anywhere without an Imodium.
So Imodium and a ticket.
Yeah.
Just to cover your exit in every sense. What about you, sorry? What about you, Hilary? What's like your holiday essential?
I mean, I think, I'm just going to
Oh,
have
God.
Winston to Daddy. Go to Daddy.
Don't do the weird voice, please.
Daddy. Of course, it has to be. How's that going? It has to be double bag tonight. The fanny
The fanny pack.
Yeah.
Not called a fanny pack as well. Called a bum bag. We're not in America. It's not called a fanny pack.
They invented it. It's called a fanny pack.
You only call it a fanny pack because then you can say the word fanny in front of your children and you know how triggering that is to all of us.
The Rock calls it a fanny pack.
Well, you're on the rock. Have you noticed? It's called a bum bag, and we know the reason you call it a fanny pack because you know how much it annoys me.
Yeah, and the reason that I have to carry a fanny pack is because your father likes to keep his valuables and get his valuables into my fanny pack.
This is what I'm talking about. Every holiday.
Likes
Every
more
holiday.
than a rootle around my fanny pack looking for stones.
You are unbelievable. Vibrating. Why do you want a vibrating fanny pack? What the hell is that?
It's a selfie stick because I'm going to do a selfie.
You out of your mind? You can't pull that out of your fanny pack and go, it's vibrating. Are you just checking the ground now? Are you going to have a little scroll? Had a few Tinder matches during the show. Okay.
Sorry about that. Actually, I'll get that.
The worst problem with this fanny pack as well, the reason that she loves it on holiday is because she can use it for her hoarding, and the worst of the hoarding comes with the hotel breakfast buffet, where she is just out of control, pilfering items from the breakfast buffet, and then cramming them into that fanny pack, and then they will haunt you for the rest of the holiday. You'll be walking around a nice city centre, enjoying your holiday, you'll be like, oh, do you know what I fancy now? A lovely snack. Oh look, a delicious gelato, or possibly some foreign crisps. Exciting, yummy. Look what Mummy's got in here. And she'll delve into the fanny pack, the hot, festering fanny pack, and she'll pull out some cold breakfast sausage that's been wrapped up in a sanitary bag for 6 hours, covered in fanny pack fluff, got a euro hanging off it, gangling that in your face. Like no one wants your fanny pack sausages.
It's a vicious lie. I've never wrapped anything in a sanitary bag. I will own up to that I've used a dog poo bag. Unused.
Even worse.
I mean, you never know when you might need an emergency piggy blanket.
But I'm not. I like stealing from hotels, but there's got to be a limit. Okay.
Well,
And that's the
you
limit.
have taken stealing from hotels to Olympic heights.
Yeah, but I don't mess around with sausages. I I don't mess around with fanny pack sausages. I go for high price items. I am the master, by the way, of stealing from hotels. I wanted to put some advice about it in the book, but the lawyer made me take it out because apparently I am inciting criminal behaviour. But fuck it, the lawyer's not here tonight. The trick, right? If anyone wants to steal high price items from a hotel, the fake error that most people make, they wait to the end of their stay. That's when they try and steal things. If you want to steal high price items, you've got to hit the ground running. You've got to check into the hotel and immediately blame the hotel. Call down to the front desk. Yo, why the fuck have I been put in a room with no television? That's right. Well, they're onto us now as well. You know they're onto us. They put passive aggressive notes now around the hotel to try and stop us from stealing. This was one I saw in a hotel recently. I opened the cupboard, this passive aggressive note on the robe. If you would like this robe, it will cost you £30. So I nicked it and left this. There we are. Merry Christmas.
This is my Christmas
That's
present.
your Christmas present. I want to talk, we're going to move on to Christmas now. We're going to start with presents, okay? It's very nice.
You've never been to the holiday.
I sent it to my driver. No, the worst Christmas present I've ever got was from your friend, Uncle Neil, who spends Christmas with us, and he gave me the Gordon Ramsay cookbook, where he had left the buy one get one free sticker still on the cover of the book, which is pretty bad, but even worse when I tell you he gave me the same book the year before with the same sticker on it. That was definitely my worst Christmas present. You guys, are you into the sort of festive swing of things yet? Is the Christmas tree up at home?
What do you think? Is the Christmas tree up at home?
No. Why would it be up now?
Because it's December. The Christmas tree should be up at end of November.
You know what I do at Christmas vis-a-vis trees, and you're just getting me to tell them.
Yeah, that is the purpose of a live Q&A.
So I will tell you.
Would you like me to relieve
Shall I
you of
tell
Winston?
Winston?
Tired of Winston.
Shall I relieve you of Winston? What's you tell me?
Yeah.
Daddy!
Mr. Winston.
That was a chilling insight to what he was like as a father. He called with one of his kids, just picking him up by the arm. Hillary, take this! That's why I've still had problems with his shoulder. Dislocated it so many times. Yanking me up. Taking me into the nanny's room. Right, hide in this bra whilst I looked around the house. Sorry, the Christmas tree? Christmas tree.
You did quite enough yanking without mine. I can tell you stories.
No, those are not stories.
Yeah, so what I do at Christmas is I go into Barnes, Christmas Eve, lunchtime, when there's a very nice little Christmas tree man who just appears once a year. Maybe it's Father Christmas. And I can go in there sort of 1, 2 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and he would go down on me to buy a Christmas tree. I mean, I don't, obviously. Well, he doesn't either, but half
I don't think he's a Christmas tree seller, really, to be honest. Sorry. Carry on.
So that's when I get the tree, bring it home, or get Hillary to bring it home. Slight difficulties carrying big trees nowadays. Well, I used to in my youth.
And you also struggle getting them up.
Yes. So we then bring the tree back, sort of 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Christmas Eve, put it up. Everybody said, you know, chap, come in and say, oh, Daddy, the tree's up, oh, lovely.
Don't be sad.
Well, you did last year. You were very excited that year, last year. Anyway, and then we'd have it Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, we'd all be, oh, the tree's up, we got it, oh, lovely. Boxing Day, straight into the dump. As soon as it opened, the annoying thing with our local dump in Putney, they don't open on Boxing Day cider dump.
Why are you such a Grinch at
Because
Christmas?
I think you make the best of the Christmas tree by just having it on Christmas
No.
Day. That's what it's all
I'm
about.
warning you.
Not weeks and weeks.
Yes, it should be weeks and weeks of Christmas cheer. And I'm warning you, the minute I come home, not only is the tree going up, the minute I return home for Christmas this year, we are entering into a strict Tier 5 buble lockdown. Yes, we're having buble breakfast, buble baths, buble upstairs, buble downstairs, buble. What's wrong with Michael Bublé?
I'm sick to death of Buble.
Why?
We've got...
Who doesn't like Michael Bublé? No one. Get out.
I've got everything. I've got everything that Frank Sinatra has ever recorded.
Frank Sinatra.
Beautiful one.
One poor man's Michael Bublé. Frank Sinatra wishes he was Michael Bublé. Modeled his whole career on him.
Well, Frank
Okay,
Sinatra
that was a bit
modeled
stupid.
his career.
Yeah, okay. Yes, okay.
Yeah, that's why he was so shit at history.
Can you back me up here? Where do you stand on Michael Bublé?
On his windpipe? Just saying he's not Barry Manilow.
For God's sake. Do you know what we have to get subjected to at Christmas instead of Michael Bublé? Every Christmas, the soundtrack to our Christmas is the music that Michael insists on playing, which is monks singing plain chant. It's literally like monks warbling in Latin, and that is on repeat for the whole of the Christmas period.
It's beautiful, lovely. Plain chant singing of Benedictine monks. It's a lovely atmosphere with the lovely tree up, all glistening in its new born.
It's called plain chant for a reason.
Yeah.
But why did it's always just
No,
it's
it's
like it's plain, it's
Plain
boring.
means simple. It's a very simple
You
sound.
have to be simple to enjoy it. It's so bad. And they don't do any classics either. Why can't they like mix it up? It always has to be the same boring Latin chanting. It's like, could they not do some, you know, Ariana Grande or some RuPaul, Hey Sis It's Christmas, Cardi B, Wet Ass Plain Chant. Listen to that. You probably don't even know what plain chant is. I actually brought some along this evening. Can we have a little burst of what plain chant is? This is what we listen to. Every fucking, oh my God, indeed. He turns our house into a monastery. Oh yeah, really in the vibe for fucking Christmas now. Woo, yeah, kick it off. What the hell is this?
Beautiful.
Trance.
Absolutely.
Well, to be fair, it is in Latin, so I don't know, they may be doing backwards. This could be, for all I know, this could be the Latin for Cardi B. We better cut this, There's people leaving, there's a guy over there that looks like he's slipping into a coma. No more plain chant. So the battle for the playlist is a big deal. The other thing that's a big deal at Christmas is the battle for the television remote. You know, it's a constant battle. You're wanting to watch Call the Midwife, I'm trying to get on the dart, Stan's wrestling the remote off us to get it back onto Naked Attraction.
It can get quite ugly.
This year though, we have other plans, me and Hills, we're taking control. We're doing a Sex and the City marathon on Christmas Eve. Yeah! And then Christmas Day, we're watching all of the episodes of Just Like That. Excited? Waiting for that?
I don't know how to tell you this.
What?
I've already watched it. I'm really sorry, I thought you were joking. I binge watched it the other day when I was wrapping the presents.
You fucking bitch.
I mean, you wouldn't have enjoyed it. You'd have been very upset when Mr. Big died.
Don't give me spoilers! I will hit this mark for you as well. We don't want to incite a riot. Michael, you're looking very confused right now.
I don't feel confused. I'm just listening to you to having a little bit of intercourse. Verbal intercourse.
Verbal intercourse, okay.
No, I'm sorry, Jack.
Will I be getting gifts this year? Or have you spent all of your Christmas budget on buying gifts for the dog again?
Look, can I just say, the dog needs to be made to feel part of the family. They are part of the family, they're the centre of the family.
She's out of control, okay? Like most Christmases, we have the situation where not only does she buy presents for the dog, but she also buys presents for herself that she then wraps up and then pretends that the dog has given her. And on Christmas Day, we have to watch this all play out. These are the actions of a rational woman and not someone that belongs in an institution. Her opening up these presents that she bought, wrapped up herself, and then shaking them to try and pretend she doesn't know what's inside. Oh, I wonder what Philomena's bought Mummy this year. Hopefully, a fucking straitjacket. But this year, you've taken it one step further, because I've got a dog.
Yes, you've become a dog daddy.
No, I am an owner of a dog. I've enslaved an animal. I'm not a dog daddy.
You need to get the programme because you need to buy that dog presents or she'll be very upset.
Yeah.
Okay? Particularly as, sorry, what type of dog do you
I
have?
don't want to go into that.
No, come
I don't want to go
on,
into
come
that.
on.
Okay, I wanted to get a guard dog, like a proper like Rottweiler or bulldog, and me and my girlfriend had a discussion and we compromised and we have a poodle.
And what's the name of this poodle?
Well, I thought Thor would have been a good name, and she wanted to call the dog Beyonce. Which, to be fair, at that point I did put my foot down. I was like, I'm not having a dog called Beyonce. I would just let that dog run away in the park. I'm sorry, I'm not shouting out Beyonce. Can you imagine me in Heaton Park, a little poodle yapping around and me being like, Beyonce, Beyonce, come back to your daddy. No, I would just let the dog run away. I don't care what my girlfriend said. I'd be like, I'm sorry, if you liked it, then he should have put a lead on it.
I would have just paid good money for that.
Yeah, so I have a dog now called Coco. Wonder about the lost the war.
Okay, just saying Coco needs presents. And also, I hope she's bought presents for Billy. 'Cause
Not
Billy's
buying
bought
presents
for Coco.
to pretend that my dog has given to your dog on Christmas Day. Just let them sniff each other's asses. That is present enough, that's all they want. They don't need gifts. Just a little ass sniff, happy days.
This is not going to work.
That's what Daddy's getting as well.
Get with the programme.
Just as if we haven't painted a weird enough picture of our family Christmases, we also now have some home videos to share with you. These are some little highlights from the archive of Whitehall Christmases gone by, and before you see them, I will warn you, they do contain some horrific dad jokes.
A little bit of breast there, and then there's some more breast here. There's a nice little Christmas breast, there it is. Oh, turkey, that's it. I've heard of fat birds in my life, and indeed I married one, but that's... No.
3, 2, 1. There's no one here.
Literally no one there.
Literally no one.
Before it gets cold, by the way.
You finished then? You knocked the wine back.
I wouldn't give him any more now.
Oh, it's probably making a wine bar.
It's about 2.5.
Shabby French 1990.
Where's Mola? Hi, Mola.
That's also wine.
That's wine.
Impersonation of Mr. Ferry over there, sort of knocking it back, talking it up. Oh.
Being forced to stand, my first ever Queen's speech. That was adorable. Every year I made to stand for a Queen's speech. Every year. You excited for this year's Queen's speech, Danny?
You know how much I love the Queen's
Oh,
Speech.
highlight of your day.
And particularly this year.
Why?
Because my big hope is that the Queen is going to get the knife right into that little ginger fucker. It's her chance to do something for the nation.
It's not really how the Queen's speech has worked historically, has it?
No, she doesn't be a first.
What if she started trash talking?
Yeah.
2021 was the year that she started trash talking in the Queen's speech.
And that famous authoress too. Get the knife in her too.
Merry Christmas to all of my subjects, other to Meghan and Harry who can suck a bag of dicks. Of course, this all may be a pipe dream. I mean, you know, I was talking to you about Christmas and all of these plans and what we're going to do, because who knows? Boris may have cancelled Christmas by then. Yeah, he may have cancelled it this evening whilst we go on stage. What will you do, Daddy, if Boris cancels Christmas?
Strap in.
I actually had to write this down. To under the top.
You may have just got inside.
There it is. You see, I'd almost forgotten I'd written it down. I just want to say, I mean, I know this isn't a political arena, but I just want to say what
I literally just asked you about Christmas plans, what you're going to do.
You mentioned Boris.
No, I haven't asked you about Boris.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you about Boris. He's a habitual liar. His hair is outrageous. It looks like it's been dragged through a grubby bush. He can't keep it in his pants. He's a super spreader of seed. He's vain. He has 3 photographers that travel round taking photographs of his ugly, fat face. His father, who I met once, is a dick. And to sum up my completely unbiased remarks about our current Prime Minister, he's an old Etonian, fibbing, fat fucker.
Do you wish your father had an opinion?
that is a real turn up for the works. Now, I have an extra special little surprise to end this evening with. Obviously, we've been talking about this book, but in my spare time, I've also been writing a little Christmas book, and I thought tonight would be the night that I could share it with the world. Would you like to hear my Christmas book, ladies and gentlemen?
When you say the world, I think this is a very nice Manchester audience. I don't think you're sharing it with the world.
Sorry, I was doing quite a lot of cocaine when I was writing this book. Here it is.
Can I just say,
Yeah?
I hope that you've been very careful with this book.
Why?
Because if there is anything controversial, litigious in there, he's going to be on to you with his lawyers.
I have lawyers, Jack. You've written a lot of filth about me. You're in big trouble.
Nope. This is a work of fiction called Scrooge.
Do you not think somebody else got there first?
Yes, maybe there was another book written by that guy for the £10 notes, but this was inspired by Scrooge. See, I have read a book. Could we have some appropriate lighting, please, for story time? Better. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and Scrooge was sat by the fire, watching his favourite programme, Farage Hour on GB News.
That is ridiculous. That is so clearly your father a Winston.
That could be anyone. Please, settle down. Please, sir, may I have a lump of coal for my fire? Asked a trembling voice. Who the hell is that? Snarled Scrooge, turning to see a handsome young boy on crutches. That's your son, Tiny Jack, said Mr. Scrooge. You don't recognise him, as he's been away at boarding school now for several years. May I sleep in the big house tonight? Pleaded Tiny Jack. 'Tis a chilly eve, grunted Scrooge. "You can sleep in the shed like usual." "Fine," said Tiny Jack. "But if the shed be a rocking, don't come a-knocking." Later that night,
Scrooge going about town.
Scrooge sat in bed, dreaming of Margaret Thatcher. An unusual dream to have, to be fair, for a man who thinks he was a coal miner. This was written before that shocking revelation. Suddenly Scrooge was woken by shuffling under the sheets. Perhaps Mrs. Scrooge was looking for a little Christmas cheer. Unlikely, as this had not happened since the Christmas of 1994. "Oh my God, it's Christopher Biggins! My former client and best friend," said Scrooge, suspiciously unfazed by Biggins's presence in his bed. "This night," said Biggins, "you shall be visited by 3 spirits." "Ooh, vodka, brandy and gin, I hope," said Scrooge, his face still glowing like Rudolph's nose. He'd been absolutely wankered since lunch. The clock struck midnight, and Scrooge saw a terrible apparition. Gaunt skeletal features, white pallid skin. "Is this a ghost I see before me?" "Nope, it's your own reflection," came a response. Scrooge turned to see the ghost of Christmas past. Magic Michael! "Come with me," said the ghost, in short, so short they could probably get him put on the sex offenders register. It was one of Scrooge's first Christmases. Scrooge peered through the window and could see his young self. Young Scrooge was watching the Queen's speech. His parents were aghast. Young Scrooge had got a little overexcited at the sight of Her Majesty. But he wishes he wasn't standing up now. He remembered how upset he'd been when his mum and dad had made him sleep in the shed. The next hour, the ghost of Christmas present took Scrooge to the garden. Inside the shed, he saw Tiny Jack, hungry and alone. Luckily, he'd been able to build a fire as the shed was used to store all the unsold copies of Scrooge's memoir. But what of the future, thought Scrooge. He looked in the mirror again, and this time he said the name Winston 3 times. A demonic life-size dragon doll appeared. Winston showed Scrooge a terrifying vision of the future. So mistreated was Tiny Jack that he ran away to America. Without him, Netflix had stopped calling Scrooge, and instead of luxury travel shows, Scrooge was forced to do I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here with Greta Thunberg and Jeremy Corbyn. "Oh!" said Scrooge, waking from his nightmare. "I shall change my ways immediately," he said, blowing off the cobwebs to his wallet. "From now on I shall be nice to all of my children. Tiny Jack, Little Molly, whatever the third one's called." And that Christmas they had the best time ever. A happy family around the table, and most importantly, that weird, freaky little doll bastard where he belonged. The end.